Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, my name is Sasha. I love reviewing the Eyeshadow palettes. I do a lot of those, especially multiple eye look videos, so if that sounds good to you, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I love to have you guys here. And for this video, is going to be one of my favorite videos ever because I love fall and I love fall eyeshadow palettes, you guys. And for this video, I want to dedicate and show you guys a bunch of my most beautiful fall palettes I think will go great for this season. And yeah, I have a lot. I think I have about around 30. Yeah, I forgot to count it, but last time I counted it was around 30. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys different type of fall eyeshadow palettes. So when it comes to fall, I love the romantic colors from the leaves, from the orange to the reds to the yellows, and also the grungy colors like the greens and the oranges. Like, I think fall is such a nice season for the grungy eye looks especially. But you know, I always wear eyeshadow palettes like whenever I want, but these are just going to be suggestions. So in case you have a huge collection, like I think my collection's okay, right? Yeah, I think it's alright. I think I really love my collection, but in case yours is a little bit bigger, sometimes you guys could forget what palettes you guys have in your collection. So I kind of section it off in different categories. First, I'm going to show you guys, well, what I'm wearing right now, and then I'm going to show you guys my top favorite fall palettes, and then second category is going to be palettes that I do like I love and like, but they're not like my top favorites, you know. And the last category is going to be like limited edition or palettes that you can no longer get. I thought it would be really fun to show you guys those palettes because a lot of those palettes, the last category, they're so pretty. So I can't have them in the first top category because you can no longer get those. So I'm sorry guys, but this is going to be such a fun video. So make sure to grab a snack or something, or pull out a palette and just get ready with me while we talk about some fall eyeshadow palettes. So the first two palettes that I want to talk about are what I have on my eyes right now. So I created this look, a green orangey look. And honestly, this looks way better in person, like especially in the inner corner. It looks so glowy in my angle. Let me see if I could capture it. So right here is the glow that I see on that corner on the mirror. That's what I see on when I look at myself in the mirror. It's so pretty. So it just depends on the lighting when it comes to multi-chromes or even duochromes. But yeah, the first two palettes I want to talk about because I use these two. So they're from Ensley Rain Cosmetics, and this one was one I have not used. So I had done a video where there's some palettes that I have not used at all, and I'm so happy I was able to use this today because I really wanted to use this one because of the color story. It's super grungy, and also use this other palette from Ensley Rain. This is the Harvest Moon palette, but this is the one that was released last year. They're coming up with a new one, like a remastered version, and they said that one's gonna have like new shades. These are the two palettes I use for my eye look today. Aren't they so beautiful? Such beautiful fall color stories. Oh, they're so unique, especially this one. I really love this one. So let me show you the shades that I have on my eyes. So from the Cosmic Dreamer palette, I have this shade Spontaneous for the mattes, and then Astral Body. So I really like this shade because it's really like yellowish. It's like a yellowish green shade. And for the shimmers, I have Imaginative and let's see what else, Meraki, and a little bit of Enthusiastic right here, just a little bit. And for the Harvest Moon palette, the shades I use from this palette, I use Pumpkin. No. My bad. It's the shade Harvest Moon. So the name of the palette is so glowy. It's a beautiful multi-chrome. So pretty. And I also put a little bit on the inner lid. Just a little bit. Just because it's so bright. I love this look. I love it. So that's what I have in my eyes. And also I have a little bit Scarecrow because I just wanted to have a little bit more of an orange in combination with this other orange right here. So yeah. So that's my eye look for in today's video, you guys. I love these two. Even though this is my first time using this one, I really like it. It's like a really grungy color story. So the only thing, you don't have a lot of light mattes in this one. But this one, I really love this one. This one has two glitters, so that's the thing. So I'm thinking maybe in their new one, they're gonna come up one that doesn't have glitters, so hopefully, because I think a lot of people prefer not to have glitters. I don't mind the glitters. I really love them, especially this multi-chrome glitter. It's so beautiful. You just need glitter glue or something like a sticky base so the glitter could stay on, but it's really loose. But these are beautiful, shifty, beautiful. I forgot to mention this one. I just checked today, it's not available. I think it's sold out. That's why they're coming up with the remaster version. So I needed to mention it, these two together, since that's what I have on my eyes. So I'm sorry that you can't get this one, but this one I think is still available. I didn't check for this one, so I'm sorry. So that's what I have on my eyes. Really nice palettes, beautiful color stories. And then the next one, I want to mention another Ensley Rain Cosmetics palette, and this is a Flower Moon palette. You guys, if you've seen my video, my review, I've done like, I believe it was 4 eye looks, and I love this color story. So Ensley Rain, they make really unique color story, but not only that, their shimmers are beautiful, shifty, very impactful. They're so special, and majority of their mattes are really like nice to work with. So this one, I think the best matte was from the Harvest Moon palette. I really love the formulation. This one's nice too, just a little bit softer. I have to build these up a little bit. The only shade, the green shade is the only shade I had trouble on, but just the color story is so unique. Just these type of tones, these grungy muted color stories, cute muted color tones, super unique in my collection. So I really love those palettes. And then the next one I want to mention is the Cosmic Brushes Muse palette, and I love this one so much. So this one's like almost like my everyday palette if I want to have something on my eyes. So this is like a girly grungy color story. I love this one. The shimmers are beautiful, and the two other ones they have is the Serenity, which I'm going to mention later. It's in a different category, and the Delicious Delights. Like those are nice too, but this one, the shimmers are just so special and sparkly. And a few shifty shimmers in this one too, like not super dramatic, but these are more on the wearable side. So I really love this one, and it's very easy to work with too. The next one I want to mention 2 Nomad Cosmetics palettes. So these are the best Nomad Cosmetics palettes that I have in my collection. These 2 are my top favorites from them. And this one is the Hudson Valley one. This one I purchased myself from last year, and I love the tones. This is like the perfect fall color story with the orange and reds and the greens. So pretty. The shimmers are okay. They're just simple, like nice wearable shimmers, but it's just the mattes. The formulation with the mattes in this one is very buttery, soft, easy to work with. Really love the formula in this one. It's so beautiful. Like, I don't have a lot of color stories with a lot of like the red oranges, so this one's really nice to have. And then the next one I want to mention right here, this is their newest one. This is the Ghost Town USA. This one was gifted, so very grateful to be in their pure list, like very grateful. But this one I love so much too. So there's a very cool tone color story, but the shimmers on this one are so sparkly. I'm like, what? Nomad making super sparkly shimmers? I'm even crazy for these toppy browns, and the formulation with the mattes are really nice to work with too. So it's almost as the same as this one. So this one, it's a little bit not as pigmented, but it's still very easy to work with. So these mattes right here are super pigmented, but this is such a great palette to make some grungy color stories, or grungy looks, I mean, or even wearable looks too. But they're just gonna lean a little bit on the cool side, but besides the shimmers, you can make it a little bit pop, your eyes pop with the hint of the green, hint of the yellow, or a hint of the purple too. Really nice pop of colors in this one, but also wearable at the same time. And next one I want to talk about is by Give Me Glow Cosmetics Butterfly Vibes palette. So this is another, so the ones I'm mentioning right now, these are my top favorite fall palettes. So this one is going to be my favorite, like spring and fall. Like, look at this color story, it's so vibrant. So I know a lot of you will say, ooh, this is such a spring vibe, but if you really look at it, you get some nice fall colors, like this yellow mustard tone, some browns and some greens. The shimmers, the only one that doesn't like speak fall is this blue shimmer, but you can make it work. So when it comes to blue and browns, I really like blue browns when it comes to like fall seasons, and it makes them like a nice wearable, like a color combination. And then you could also have like a little hints of color right here, like, you know, with the sunset colors with the mix of fall. So I thought this is a really nice fall palette too. But I will also mention this when it comes to spring palettes for next year. Like, this is like one of my favorites. I love the shimmers. The shimmers are very sparkly in this one. Next one I want to talk about is by Bella Beauty Bar. It's the Sun and the Sea palette. So this one, you guys already know I'm a huge fan with Bella Beauty Bar. I have a lot of their palettes and their shimmers and even their mattes too. The mattes are really easy to work with, but their shimmers are just so special. They're so shifty and buttery too, and very smooth. And well, this one has browns and blues like I mentioned earlier. I think that's such a nice color combo for fall, and then also with a little bit of purple and the browns too. And then these are very nice, like iridescent multi-chromes. They just give a nice pop to your eyes or even to brighten up a look. And this one also could pass a little bit of a Halloween palette, but I see a lot of fall combinations with the blues and the browns and the purples and browns and even the light blue and the dark blue right here. So I think this is such a pretty palette, especially with the pink colors here too. Such cute colors for fall, guys. Really love this one. So that's like one of my favorite neutral palettes. But next one I want to talk about, this one is a new palette that I just recently reviewed. So this one's from It's Bao Cosmetics and it's the Pixie Groove palette. So this one was gifted to me and I really enjoyed this one. This is my very first palette from the brand and it's really easy to work with. So I only done 3 looks, but it's really easy to work with. The shimmers are really nice. They're pretty like wearable, but you do get some special shimmers in this one, like that one and these two. Those are really special shimmers. And then these, I think these are more of a like shimmers, but they're really sparkly too. I didn't get to mention that in my video. I forgot to mention the part that how sparkly they are. I kept mentioning how they're impactful they are, but I guess that day I didn't want to say the shimmers are so sparkly. I'm not sure why, but the shimmers in this palette, they are pretty sparkly, so I really appreciate that. And the color story, just the greens and oranges, such a fall vibe. So the next one I want to talk about is by Fancy Cosmetica Fighter palette. So this one is like a cool tone, another cool tone color story, but I love the mustard yellow right here and the browns and the grays. Like, it's such a beautiful color story, and the shimmers in this one are beyond sparkly. Like, they're beautiful, very beautiful. So this one I was mentioning how similar this one looked comparing to the Ghost Town USA, like just a little bit. I haven't had a chance to compare swatches, but I think the shimmers in this one are a little bit more sparkly. Fantasy Cosmetica does really well with their sparkles and also their shifts, but this one's not super shifty, but it's more like really sparkly. So I really love that palette too. So another 2 palettes I want to mention are from Gourmande Girls. I'll probably mention these during like a Halloween video, so I'm trying to make some more time to do these videos. Last year I really struggled to do like videos. Like, I tried my best. I kept pushing myself to keep making videos. Not that I don't want to, I want to. It's just finding the time for it, you know, and then finding the quiet time to record. So that's why these past few years I always keep just pushing myself to keep doing the videos. I love doing the videos. Like, it's my passion. It's like a hobby too at the same time, but it's just that if you can't find that quiet time, sometimes it's hard to enjoy making the videos. Like, you just want it to be nice and quiet and just, you know, just relax and talk with you guys. But I want to mention these 2, so I can't wait to do my Halloween palette video. I'll probably do it soon, in a few weeks, maybe next week, if I prepare the video ahead of time. But I want to mention these 2. So these are the Spook and Nightshade palette. So this one, it's a very beautiful fall color story, also Halloween too, but look at the browns, the greens, like a lot of traditional colors. And the shimmers on this one, they're really sparkly in this one, very like on a thick side comparing to the Nightshade palette. So the Nightshade palette, I think the quality went a little bit higher with this one. Like, both of the matte quality, they're great, but I prefer the matte quality in this one. Like, you don't get as much kickback. It's just easy to work with, and the shimmers are a little bit thinner comparing to this one. But I want to mention them together because this one, the fall color story, I know this one leans like more Halloween vibes, but I just want to show them together because of how you can combine these 2 palettes together. So with the purples and the oranges, like almost like an evening fall color story, or with the browns and the yellows. So that's why I want to mention them together. So this one, it'll be a little bit more grungy to use this alone, but that's why I just want to mention these 2 together. Like, they're great. So this is the last one I'm going to mention from my top favorite fall palettes. So this is from the Blend Buddy Cosmetics All Done Up palette, and come on, this is such a nice grungy color story. Like, look at this. And the shimmers, they lean more on the silverish side and some golds, but they're really pretty and sparkly, so I appreciate this palette a lot. I always reach for this one when I'm filling the colors to get my singles too. So when it comes to using my singles, I always reach for the Blend Bunny palette because I always rely on their formula, like very easy to work with, to blend, and also the specific colors and tones they have. They have really nice tones in their palettes, so I think this one is such a great fall palette. So now for the next category, I'm gonna be talking about palettes that I like or love, but they're not like my top favorites like the ones I mentioned earlier. But the first one I'm going to mention first, there are 3 palettes that I have not used. So I really want to mention because the color stories are so beautiful. And I know I'm working on using the palettes that I have not used, that I've had a long time. Like the, what was it? The Cosmic Dreamer palette. I have not used it. And I got it last year, so that's why I was happy to use it today. Like I was dedicating like today to make a look for this video. So I'm really happy I did that. But I'm going to mention 3 palettes. 2 of them are pretty new. One of them I had since last year, but the first one, this one was gifted to me by Early Cosmetics, and I'm so beyond happy. I love them so much. They make such unique color story, grungy color stories. Like I just love how they do their color stories, and also their packaging, their aesthetics. It's like anime inspired, anime style inspired. So I used to watch a lot of anime back then, and it's so artsy. Like the artists they choose to illustrate their artwork, so beautiful. So this one I've always wanted. Like a lot of their palettes I want. Like I do have a few of their palettes, but there's still some palettes there, especially this new Fall Magic Remaster palette. I'm waiting to get that one. Like I'm not sure if they're gonna send it to me, but I'm waiting to be able to get it because, you know, I've been on a low buy. I can't be buying right now. Like I can't buy it at all, like no palettes right now. But I'm waiting to be able to buy that one because I really want that one. You guys, I'm crazy for fall color stories. I need that palette. But this one is such a beautiful color story. It has like muted colors, and the shimmers I have not swatched today. I'm waiting to do like maybe like a video captures what they sent me, and that's what I was planning to do. But it's such a cute color story, and what I love about them too is that their pans are magnetic. So I had recently done a BYOP. I haven't posted it. I have done it like a few weeks ago, but I'm so happy to get more palettes. I mean, more palettes for them. Because their sizes, they recently downsized their pans. That's the reason why. So now I could use these colors to make more BYOPs. Yeah, so I can't wait to use this one. I'll be using this one this month for sure. I will dedicate some time with it. And the next palette I'm gonna talk about is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one I've had since last year. You guys, I just like the cool tones in this one. So another cool tone palette, but it has like some nice oranges and some burgundy, like rosy burgundy shades. So I think this will be a nice great fall palette. So hopefully, I'm hoping I can use it this month as well. But yeah, that's why I'm trying to work with these palettes. But this one I'm planning to use soon. I thought I was gonna use this last month on August, but I didn't. So I'm not sure if I should do a video on this, if you guys want me to do a video on this. But this is the Glamour Sugar and Spice palette. So this is the last palette I'm gonna mention that I have not used. Actually, there's another palette in a different category, but from this category, yeah, the shimmer in this one, it came like shattered a little bit. I just pressed it down, so that's why it looks a little bit squished. But I think this one will be a nice fall color story, and also almost like an everyday palette too. It just has like very light cool tone shades, and then like a yellowish like banana shade and some mint. So if you want to do like a mint inner corner, it'll be cute with the browns especially too. And then the shimmers, they look very wearable but also very sparkly. Like Glamour Nature's, their formula, man, they've been like really improving their formula with their shimmer, like with their sparkles, and also the application, like how it is like the smooth application. Because there are certain palettes from them, like they're pretty, but since then they've been improving the quality, pretty much is what I'm saying. But can't wait to play with this one. So I'm not sure if this one will be a favorite. I just really wanted to try it out myself and see if I'll love it or not. So the next one I'm going to be talking about is another Early Cosmetic palette. This one I purchased. I got this last year, and I think the quality in this one is great. I love the orangey, vibrant orange in this one, and the greens. Orange and greens are such a cute color combo. But look at this one. Oh, so pretty, man. It's so vibrant and fun. I just love the shimmers. Like, they're really nice and wearable shimmers, but they're kind of special in a way. It's just not too much. I was just saying, I think I got interrupted right here. I'm not sure where I left off, but I think this is a cute color story, guys. So pretty, and the formula is great, like especially with the matte. The matte's so good with this one. I got two Fantasy Cosmetica Nude palette and the Barred palette, so I think these are great color stories for the fall. This one, if you have it, like this one comes with duochromes and multichromes. Love the formulas when it comes to their multichromes. They're so shifty and shiny and bright. And their duochromes are nice too, but the multichromes are so one of my favorite formulas in my indie brand collection. But the mattes in this one, I mean, this is the first palette that they came up with. And I love the color story, but the greens were the only shades that give me a little bit trouble. So I know greens are hard to formulate, but yeah, ever since then, they've been improving their formula, especially with their mattes too. So like their newest palettes, the last two newest palette, really good. And this one too, the formula with the mattes in this one is great. There's no problems at all with this one. Like, this is such a fall inspired palette. Color story, very pretty. You get 5 shimmers, like a mix of duochromes and multichromes. And I always like combining my Fantasy Cosmetica palettes too. Very beautiful palettes. Really love them. And let me see, the next one I want to mention is a Natasha Denona Yucca palette. So this is the only Natasha Denona palette that I will be mentioning in this video. I do have the newest one, the I Need a Nude palette. I would mention that one, but that one's like practically like more of an everyday palette, not like a fall palette. But this one screams fall to me with the grungy color tones in this palette. And the formula, I think the formula with the shimmers are great. They're super sparkly, impactful. And the mattes, I think they're okay. You just have to build them up with this one. But if you have it already, this one's great for fall. And also, yeah, mostly for fall, honestly. But yeah, this one's really nice for everyday looks too. If you want to do some color, I mean, if you want to do some grungy eye looks too. And I would say just get this one on during the sale. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad I was able to get it not on sale, but still, I would not recommend it. It has full price. But this one I want to mention, it's by Simply Posh Cosmetics. It's the Genuine Gems palette. So this one I wanted to mention because these colors right here reminds me of the leaves and a little bit the green. You know, the green leaves are turning into like orangey red colors, and also the purples too. Sometimes leaves, they could turn a little bit purple depending on the tree. Also during the evening when the sun sets, the romantic colors along with the trees, you can see the purples and reds and the greens a little bit. The blues not so much, but I think, just like I keep saying, the blues and browns, excellent color combo for a fall look. And the shimmers in this one, I love their duochrome formula. These are all duochromes. They're very like a sparkly kind of, they're more like a sparkly duochrome shift. Like, they're really pretty. So this is my favorite Simply Posh Cosmetic palette. I think this is probably my third favorite. The other two are my Fairy Tale Fairies, and the other one Citrus Sponge. Those are my top two, but this one I will say is my number 3 that I have. The next one I want to mention, so Cosmic Brushes Serenity palette. So this one I do love, but it's not like my top favorite for the fall palettes. But this one's really like nice and grungy. You get so many like different colors, like the greens, the purples. Like, you could do a lot of like dark looks. You could do a lot of dark looks with this one. So I think this will be a nice choice during the fall. Also year round practically. So spring, fall, summer, a little bit winter, I guess, with the blues and purples. I have 2 more palettes in this category, but this one's the ColourPop. It's a mood palette, and this one, I will always keep this one because I love the color story. This one is such a vibe, and so this is my first ColourPop palette. I don't have a lot of ColourPop palettes. I only have 3, but this one, it just screams fall with the soft browns and oranges, and the shimmers are really nice. So their formula definitely improved because one of the newest palettes I have, the Royal Shrug, the shimmers in that one's so sparkly. But this one's nice. There is a glitter in this one too. But if you have this one is great for even every day too. You could really deepen up your looks with the purples and blues and the burgundy. I think burgundy 35, it's a really beautiful combo. So yeah, this is a great palette. And then the last one in this category, I have to say, don't judge me, okay? And I'm just kidding. No, I'm gonna say it because I ruined a matte, and this was before I knew how to fix a matte. There hasn't been a time that there hasn't been a time for me to like fix a matte, but I know the right way now. So I learned the hard way practically. So I ruined a matte completely because I put too much alcohol on it, and it also ruined the surrounding of the matte. So it's this pink shade right here. Okay, I ruined it, but I've always wanted this palette. It's such a pretty color story. It has a lot of cool tones, very soft romantic color, but you also get these darker shades. I love dark shades when you want to deepen up the look, and these darker shimmers, so yummy. So there's like an older palette from Blend Bunny, but I think it's still a good one. And also you get some lighter shimmers right here. So I'm so sad because one of my favorite mattes, it's the one I broke. So it wasn't broken before, but I guess these mattes are so soft. So if you drop it, you might break a matte in this one. So that's what happened with me. And I didn't know the right way to fix it. I know now. So don't judge me, guys. But I think this is a nice fall color story. It's very pretty, very soft, romantic. But just has those cool tones if you guys are into that. Now finally, the last category I'm ready to share with you guys. So these palettes are the limited edition palettes, and also palettes that are no longer available. And yeah, let's start with this one. So this is by Early Cosmetics. This was from their Valentine mystery box from earlier this year, and it's the Surrender palette. Love the quality in this one. So this is supposed to be like a Valentine's Day inspired, but I just love the browns and the softer colors and the light shimmers. Really pretty. You could do a lot of romantic soft girly looks with this one. I just love the browns, the mustard yellow too, the burgundy. Oh, so pretty, guys. Love this one. All right, so this one is such a good palette. So I've only used it twice, but I love it so much. So this is the Glamour Cosmetics Nearly Natural palette, and this is a neutral palette. So I don't have a lot of neutral palettes in this category, right? I mean, there was like cool tone neutral cool tones neutral palettes, but this one's completely like neutral as a color. It's a grungy neutral color story. So this one, holy moly, I love this one. This is a beautiful, perfect, everyday. This is my everyday kind of palette, because the shimmer in this one, they look pretty, right, on the pan, but once you put them on eyes, they're much sparklier than they look. So I'm really happy about that. So I'm so glad I got this when I got the chance. So they're completely sold out, but so pretty. This is perfect for everyday. Just love the color, the shimmers. They're so beautiful. All right, now the next one, it's another Glamour Cosmetics palette. So this is the Nocturnal palette. I always wanted this one because I just adore this color story. This is like one of my favorite color stories that I have from my collection, because it has the purples and the greens and the periwinkle purple and this blue shade, this blue greenish shade. I love it, man. And you also get some darker colors too, like the black and the darker mustard yellow and the brighter mustard yellow. The shimmers in this one, they're like duochromes, but what was I gonna say? So they're not super sparkly. They are shifty, but they're not super sparkly comparing to their newer formula. But really love the color story to this one. This is a great fall palette. So if you have it, definitely pull this one out. And also another thing too, the pants in the, I'm not sure about the new one. I think in their newest one too, but I love magnetic pants because you're able to rearrange. And also if you want to put an empty magnetic palette, and that's another thing, because you could combine colors with a more magnetic pants, you know. All right, so the next one, so this one I have not used. It's on my list to do for this month. So this is from Salem Cosmetics, and it's a color palette with Smink Borende, and it's a Forest Heart palette. So such a beautiful color story. This one, oh, I am dying from this color. So it's such like a colorful, grungy color story, but it just reminds me of fall so much, with the greens and the orange, oh, and the darker shades right here. So I have not used this one, but I can't wait. I'm sure I'll love it. I have swatched it, and the formula seems really great. Like, it was nice and smooth and buttery and pigmented at the same time. So I think this one's gonna be one of my favorites in my collection. So I can't wait to play with that one. So this one I've had a while. I still have it because I just adore this color story, especially for fall. So this is the Ace Beauté Falling For You eyeshadow palette. So this one you can't get anymore. It's just like I keep mentioning, this category, this is the limited edition or slash you can't get anymore, like they're completely sold out. But this is such a cute color story for fall. So there's another orangey palette. I showed you guys one earlier, forgot which one it was. Oh yeah, the Daily Grind palette from Early. But look at it, it just it has unique tones, especially with these two shimmers. Like they lean like a little bit cool tone, and then you get these more colorful shimmers right here, and the gold, it just contrasts. Like this palette just contrasts so beautifully. Really adore this one. It's such a cute palette. And now I'm gonna mention two Oden's Eye palettes. So these are great. These are beautiful, beautiful palettes. So this one is the Hella palette. It's a color palette with Angelica. And she's a big YouTuber. I really love her. Like I love watching her videos when I'm getting ready, because she's just, man, she talks a lot, man. She's so funny too at the same time, and I just love hearing her opinions and just seeing her amazing eye looks. Like she's so talented in it, and she just does really beautiful looks too. So this is a beautiful color story. It has like a lot of yellow and green, so some similar tones in this one, so you have to love greens. And then you get some darker shades right here too if you want to deepen a look, and little pops of pinks right here. It's so freaking cute. So you guys might be surprised I didn't pick up their newest palettes from Oden's Eye, because I love Oden's Eye formula. Like their mattes, oh, they're so soft and easy to work with, especially if I do a mistake. It's so easy for me to fix my mistake with their formula, because they're just so soft. Like I could just blend the mistake away, you know. But you guys might be surprised I didn't pick up their newest palette, because on around the time it launched, I didn't have money for it. And then like I know there was times I could have got it like after that, but I just got like a newer palette instead. So now at this point I'm just waiting for a Black Friday sale so I can pick up those two palettes, because I think that green palette, I forgot it was called. I'm sorry, I can't keep up. No, I can't remember it all, but I think that green palette is gonna be one of my top favorites. I love green color stories, and that one, it just has a lot of like beautiful depths. Oh, it's such a gorgeous color story, so I need that one in my life. And this one right here, this one's a limited edition one, and it's a Merry Christmas palette, and this one's really great. The shimmers are very impactful in this one, very sparkly, and you get one super shifty multichrome right here. Like I know this is a Christmas palette, but you get some fall colors though with the reds and oranges. You just have to ignore the packaging. So don't wait till Christmas. Pull this one out for fall, because you get some greens too. You could do greens and oranges, or you could do some greens and burgundy. And the shimmers are just so pretty in this one. So yeah, definitely pull this one out if you guys have it. And then the next one I'm going to be talking about is from Bella Beauty Bar. This is like one of my top favorite palettes from Bella Beauty Bar. I love this one. Adore the color story to this one. So this is a color palette with Brittany Huffman, and I love her too. She's such a talented artist, and I just adore her work so much, and also her style too. I have a lot of her color palettes from Ensley Rain, and also what else do I have? And the Best Mattes palette. Like I just love supporting her too, and also the brands that she in collab with as well. But this color story, if they ever bring this back, they might bring this back. I heard they were, but I really love the formula of this one. Like the mess when it comes to Bella Beauty Bar, well, this is an older palette, but even from back then, I thought that how easy these mattes are. They're like thin formula, so buildable matte formula, just like with their Best Mattes. But their Best Matte palette formula is even better than this one. But really enjoy the formula still with this one. You get such nice pop of colors. And this pink, I know it looks super bright, but it's not as neon as it looks. It's a very like light pink shade. I can't really build that one up, but it's such a pretty shade. And the shimmers, they're really nice and wearable. You get some special shimmers, but I think these are nice, like shifty shimmers, and this is like my favorite. I think this might be a multichrome Fiona. It's such a beautiful shade. And the squishy formula always gets to me too. Such a cute shade. Really love this color story. Like this color story just screams like screams my name as well. Just like it reminds me of this color story that I mentioned earlier from my top favorites that are still available to give me glow. That's why I love this one so much. So let me see. So they look way similar, these two. That's why I love this one so much. I love the color story. Like just, well, there's no butterfly. Well, there is a butterfly there, but it's such a beautiful color story. Like I love this one. Can't get over this one. This one's gonna stay in my collection forever. Now for the last three palettes, they're from the same brand, and let me mention this one first. So this is, I got 3 palettes from Adette Cosmetics, and let me show you this one first. So if you guys got this one, it's so good to have this one because this is so good. The color story, like just the bright oranges, and you get a grungy, shifty, oh, so fiery shade. So this color story, it reminds me a little bit of their newer one, I think it's called Sumerian Sunset. And yes, I do plan to pick that one. I do plan to pick that one up eventually. I wasn't able to pick it up during launch because I can't, but I will pick it up whenever I can and hopefully do a review on it. But that one looks like more on the wearable side, while this one's more vibrant in color, and you get some teals too. I know teals doesn't really scream fall, but you could really pass this as a fall palette just with the lighter oranges and then these shades right here. But you know, you can always just add a pop of color too, and I think it'll still scream fall. So this mostly screams summer, but I can see this being used during the fall time. And then the next one I want to mention is the Heather Austin palette, and this one, I love this one so much. So this color story is so unique in my collection. Like, it has a lot of purple and grayish shades, and it has a mix of duochromes, and I'm not sure a multichrome too, but special shades in this one. The matte choice color stories, the matte choices they chose, like that she chose, so beautiful. Like just the colors, but I think these two are the only ones I really have to work with, and these two are fine. So it's just sometimes these, like the purple and yellows, those are complementary colors, so that's why it could get a little troubling to work with those two. And let me see, and that's pretty much it. So that's the only thing. I really love this palette though. It's like such a special palette in my collection. So now the last palette, it's the Arrow palette. So this is the Inspire palette, and this one is really nice for the fall time, especially because the grungy greens, you get 5 different greens in this one. And the special shimmers, there's a mix of duochromes and multichromes. Like, they're so shifty, man, like super shifty. So this one was like totally limited edition. Like, there was only limited supply with this one, so not a lot of people have this one. I mean, I'm really happy to have it because the special shades, it's so shifty. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to do looks with this one, because once I put a multichrome, or like these multichromes right here are super shifty, so once I put on the eyes, they look way different. But I still think this is a great fall palette. So I kind of see this one has more of a companion palette, so this one's like kind of hard to use it. I mean, I could do looks with it on its own, but I just prefer to combine this with another palette for like additional mattes, or even like a shimmer too, like a lighter shimmer. But yeah, guys, so those are all the eyeshadow palettes I wanted to talk to you guys about that leans like for fall time or seasonal time especially. So I know I had a lot of talk. I know I had a lot to talk about. I'm so tired from talking right now. You guys, I talk so much, man. But really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what are your top favorite fall eyeshadow palettes. So you guys already know mine. It was from the first category. Those are my top favorites, but I just want to show you guys the rest because it's just basically from what's in my collection that leans a little bit fall. And also just to remind you guys, if you guys have these palettes too, don't forget to pull them out, use them up, give them some love. And yeah, guys, that's gonna be it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe before leaving today because I'd love to have you guys here. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.